We're back on the Vicky Gotti show, and I'm back with the legendary, the overbitch, the mother Chanel, West Coast seer, the bingiest tennis player on the block, Miss Devine Chanel.
How is everybody?
First of all, I want to just say thank you, Devine. I just want to say this, Devine. I had a blast tonight.
Yes.
You showed me a good time.
Yes.
We had drinks first. We went to the fireplace. Shout out to DC.
No, we had the sushi first.
No, we had sushi first. I never had sushi in my life.
Yes.
Devon said, try it, bitch. The shrimp, I'm addicted now, Devon, I must say.
We have to try. Yes. We must go back. We're going to have it tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to have it tomorrow before we leave. Tonight is the Super Bowl Sunday, the first ball in D.C., I believe, right? Mm-hmm. Jack is throwing.
First rumble.
Shout out to Jack. I'm down with Gorgeous Entertainment. Shout out to Jack. First, let's talk about the Christian ball.
Okay.
Devon flew all the way from the West Coast. Devon, how did you feel about the Christian ball?
I had a good time at the Christian ball. I was really anticipating coming. I was happy because me and Yana we're good, we're cool. So, we chatted throughout the time. So because she was just in LA not too long ago, and so we chatted, and I couldn't wait to actually get out here. It wasn't my first time in DC either, so that was a good thing. I like DC; it was a cool city, so I definitely wanted to return. I had a wonderful time at the Christian ball, despite a couple of instances and incidents.
I just wanted to ask you that because this is the show to clear the air. I wanted to ask you, Devine, what happened with the whole Kesha situation?
Oh, with Kesha Khan?
Yes.
Well, with the Kesha Khan situation, I think it was one of those moments that was fueled by the alcohol and I can say the anticipation of the moment. We're up there, we're cheering for our folks. Rose comes out, she's doing her thing. 3 of the Khan girls come out. They're beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful girls. They were out there doing their thing. And, of course, everybody's rooting for theirs. They want theirs to win, most definitely, because that's what we're out here to do. We're not out here just to do this. We're out here and we're trying to win. So, I think that, we got a little caught up in the moment. James Khan reaches out, snatches a few feathers off of one of Rose's fans. So I said something like, sweetheart, we don't do that. Like, have some sportsmanship.
What's James Khan? The CEO or James?
No.
James
excuse me, not James. Oh my God, I'm so smart. It was Mark. Mark, you motherfucker. It was Mark.
Well, shout out to Mark.
Yes, that's my friend, and you know how you get Mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it out. We all hood girls, and we're gonna be real as possible. You was out of line, baby, but it's all good. Right. Anyway. So Mark goes to snatch for Rose's fan because he felt like Rose was being a little illicit with her selling it toward the females, but I feel that this is female figure, and long as Rose wasn't being nasty, I mean, everyone knows how the old classic selling with the fan and throwing a little shade and, doing a little bit. That's just how it goes. I mean, she wasn't pushing the girls, bullying them and, being rude to them. She was just out there doing what you got to do to get that 1,000, honey. You got to sell it. So she was doing what she does. So, like I said, I think it was a little sensitive. Mark jumps in, tries to grab her fan, pulls a couple of feathers out, and, I felt that was inappropriate. So I said something. And in the midst of that, Kesha, is her name Kesha?
I don't know. I don't even know who.
Oh, I think her name was Kesha.
Okay.
Kesha, she got a little upset, and she decided that she was going to hurl some insults. Mind you, we're having a good night anyway, but mind you, I feel like she was kind of on the sideline heckling anyway. She was nice and full, so she was feeling her moment, and she was hollering about a lot of stuff, throughout the night, which it's a beautiful thing, honey. Enjoy yourself. That's what we're there to do. But, within retrospect, have respect. Because there are other people there trying to enjoy themselves as well. So if we all want to enjoy ourselves together, we all must respect each other.
Exactly.
So I guess she didn't like something I said. I didn't care for some things she was saying. And so we hurled a couple of insults. And I guess she wanted to come onto the panel and...
basically.
Yeah, she get me. Yeah, she was like somebody, she said something in reference to somebody get this bitch before I something. And I was like, no, don't nobody have to get me. You come get me. And so she proceeded to do so.
And what happened?
She didn't make it.
Oh.
She didn't make it.
Did y'all solve the beef? Is it like
yes,
no beef?
No beef. We we're 2 hood girls, so we pulled over. We were later down the line. Mousy Khan pulled us to the side.
Shout out to Mousy.
Yeah, shout out to Mousy. For keeping the peace. We pulled us to the side because she was going to. was waiting for me to come outside. So I guess Mousy pulls us to the side and we chat. And of course, as girls do, we threw a little estrogen at each other. I shook my tits and she shook hers. And
Yep.
it was a little cattiness, but then we cleaned it up because we just realized that we're both two girls that just don't give a fuck and won't stand for anything. So we went ahead and we did what we did, and I respect her for that, and she respect me for me. I'm real and I'm open, and I wasn't backing down, and neither was she. So
Right.
that was the moment,
And
and
you just be dolo though, Devon, because was the Chanel's in the building?
that was about 4 or 5, but I mean, regardless of if there's a Chanel in the building or not, that doesn't stop me. I mean, I'm a respectable person and I respect people, and that's what I demand back. I demand respect back because I do nothing but respect people.
Right.
I don't disrespect anyone unless they disrespect me. But once you disrespect me and the lines are broken, oh, we can go for it, baby. I mean, I will hurl some shit at you that you could not imagine.
Now, Devon, I want to ask you, Tins and Chops. I don't mean to mention this lady's show, but being that you're a new cast on the show, and you took, I don't know if you took Nicole's place or is she still there? I don't know what's the tea with that, but how did you get that situation and how did that get started? Was you offered? Like, did they ask? Or how did
Yes,
that
yes, yes. Well, it was just one night. We were on. Actually, it was a week that we kind of had some. I had got in about 3 or 4 days in a row, and we did some really, really good in-depth interviews, and had a good. People were writing in and hitting up on Facebook and requesting that I be on the show more. And I feel like the show is it's cool. I mean, I enjoy it. It's about variety. It's like The View. Everybody has a different variety. Some may be more negative, or in some people's opinions, and some may be more positive. But at the end of the day, we're not all up there with a collective opinion. We're just all up there voicing our opinions. So just because Kelly or Jasmine or whoever may feel a particular way, that doesn't necessarily mean that I always agree with that. So, like I said, it's just like The View. We all get up there and we do our thing, and I enjoy the show.
is your highlight of doing the show? Like, what is your focus on the show? Like, how do you really feel about when people be biased and take Kelly's side, or I don't know, like, are you Devine? I mean, not Devine. Are you Nicole's replacement for the show? Or?
As of right now, I'm not Nicole's replacement. Nicole is out on, and she's on a hiatus. She will be returning.
Okay.
So
What is you and Nicole's relationship? Is
we,
it a can't take situation? Because that's what the streets are saying.
oh, they're saying that it's a can't take situation.
That's what I heard.
Well, on whose behalf?
You or hers?
I like Nicole, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm my own woman, and so is she. So I don't think that, in retrospect, with me, there is no reason why there would be a can't take situation because
Okay.
I'm doing my own thing, and it doesn't really, my life doesn't revolve around Nicole, and I'm sure that hers doesn't revolve around me. So,
But
what I do and what she does shouldn't really, be bothered.
well, shout out
But
to
it was
Nicole.
rumored.
Oh,
It was rumored
it was
that
rumored.
it
Go
was
ahead.
rumored that she wasn't necessarily, okay with another girl being on the show or having another girl on the show. Whether it
Oh,
was
that was rumored.
that was the rumor, whether
Okay.
it was me or anyone else. So,
How do you feel about that?
how do I feel about that? I mean, I feel that this is something that they've been doing and that she's comfortable with, and I feel that she's free to have any feelings that she wants to have. But at the end of the
Are
day,
you so basically you're there and not going nowhere?
um,
Basically.
in so many words. I mean, well, not to be catty with her, but I'm enjoying myself, and I enjoy myself with her in the show as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have any problems, and I hope that we don't. I hope that we don't run
Get
into
there.
any. Yeah.
So also, what's okay now, Devine? It's been a lot of talk that you are a shady girl, and that you posted Jake's pictures in a group, naked pictures of his ass and I think his dick. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Why did you? First of all, Devine, he's a little boy.
Well,
What-
first off, he's not a little boy. Jake
Okay.
is a grown man. If you can,
Okay.
if you can take a
Shout-
dick, if you can
Oh.
take dick, weed, alcohol, and coke, then you can
Oh,
damn sure take
excuse
a
me.
read. I mean, you're doing everything any other individual that's over 21 is accessible to doing. So obviously, you're ready to live the adult lifestyle, and part of that is just learning when you throw a stone, what goes up, it must come down. So Jake knows that he had did something personal to a friend of mine that actually, well, let's be real fair and frank here. Jake did some nasty things to Father Nico. I'm sure that everyone knows. There was a photo that Jake put out of Father Nico that he stole. It was never sent to him. It was never
How did
given
he
to
steal
him.
it?
He stole it because they were allowing him to access the computer in the home, and while he was on the computer, he went through the photos and emailed them to himself and retrieved them through his phone later and distributed them amongst other people. So whether he was the reason it got spread on Facebook and got on the juice, uh, whether he did it personally or not, he is definitely the reason. Because had he not stole those photos, they would not be out in the public right now. So that's
So
where
that's why
that
you
came
felt
from.
the need to put his pictures out.
Yes, because I just
How did you get his pictures, by the way?
the same. Well, it's not hard. Jake's kind of a slut, and everybody's fucking him, and he's sending his ass everywhere. I mean,
Oh,
people like
okay.
they like his butt. I mean, hey, I mean, if you're into the anorexic, dried out type of druggy booty, then go for it. You know what I mean? It's not really much to me. Everybody were talking about how attractive the photos were, but if you looked at me, I thought that she looked anorexic from the back.
Right.
It looked like somebody stuck a straw in her back and sucked all the life out of her.
Oh my God.
And all she had
Devine
left was a
massage.
little bit of ass.
Well, speaking of that, it's another situation that she was in, Devine, with Shayla. Shayla, I think her name is.
Shayla. Oh.
What happened?
Shayla. Well, Shayla, she's an individual that I feel has infiltrated the West Coast ballroom scene. And when I say infiltrated, I definitely mean infiltrated. She comes in, she feels that, she can make her own rules, or she's going to just bust through and just start something anew and do what she wants to do. Including now, she claims that she's the founder of the House of Cartier. And we already know that nationally, the founder and the mother of the House of Cartier is tiny. And she came on the radio and said so. When I asked her about her knowing any association about the House of Cartier being in Los Angeles or on the West Coast, her response was, "I am the founder. I am the only mother. There is no other mother, and I live in Philadelphia." So, that's what the thing with Shayla. But personally, Shayla, we started out as family. This was somebody I looked up to. She was an auntie to me. We've gone through a lot. I mean, she's done a lot. She's helped me
Would y'all ever be friends again, Devine?
Will we ever be friends again? With the growth that I have, with the person that I have developed into my adulthood, and the woman that I am now, I don't see us ever being friends again, because sometimes when you look back on life and you realize that a lot of things were not what you thought they were then, you tend to not want to veer back that way. Like, dealing with Shayla, it's a lot of true untruths. It's a lot of fantasies and a lot of different things that I'm just not really into. I'm into being real. I'm into living real life.
But speaking of being real, Devine, it's coming up, and it's been speculation that, with your legal situation, you said you were going to talk about it. I asked you, just to be respectful. You said you're a real bitch, you're going to talk about it. Now, people are saying that you're working with them, Devine. That's how you're traveling, you're going to take the state, and that's what the streets are saying. What's your intake on working with the feds?
I'm working with the feds. No, darling, that's obviously hilarious. What I tell you, they ruin every bit of life or freedom that you think you have. But reason being, I am employed with Las Vegas Pride and Tempted to Touch. And I'm under contract. So being under contract, they have to allow me to work. And traveling from state to state, advertising this ball is work for me. I have to get out here and promote for an event that I'm throwing. So that's part of work. And that's why they're allowing me to go and do whatever I need to do to make sure that my job is done. And as far as, anything else, I don't know. I think it's all fiction. My message to the people out there is, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody can get caught up into some things that you don't necessarily wish to get caught up. Everybody makes bad decisions, but I'm grown and I'm willing to deal with those decisions and the consequences of those decisions that I made. But at the present, I just don't, am I going to jail? No.
No.
No, I don't have a record. I've never done anything before. So, of course,
yeah.
It ended up being a slap on the hand, which is what, something near probation.
Devine, are you in love? I think the people also want to know, what's Devine type, and are you in love?
What is my type? Well, yeah, I am in love. I'm in love with myself. But because
are you in a relationship?
Am I in a relationship? No, I'm not in a relationship, but I am seeing someone. And what do I like? I like masculinity. I like butches. I love butches. I've never dated a trans man. That's kind of weird. And I like I like manly men. I like so I guess if you can say they're straight, then that's straight. I've never dated a BQ or butch queen or anything or a homosexual male. That's I don't it's not my preference. I feel that if you're homosexual, obviously you don't like anything that is woman because homosexual is liking the same sex and same sex is liking a man. Correct.
Correct.
So
But Devine, do you have any shout outs? I'm grateful that you came on the show and you ate out everything. I felt like we're gonna have a last segment or three of the Chanel Gordon because it is a Chanel
most
attack.
definitely.
But can you just spread the word and what advice would you give and also shout outs?
Advice if you're out there doing things that that are not necessarily legal or right, you may feel invincible. It's such a feeling of invincibility when you're getting away with it, but dealing with things that like we were dealing with, all good things do come to an end. So
Shout outs?
I shout out to the House of Chanel West Coast and make sure everybody come down for Vegas Pride, which is March 21st through
And
the 26th.
thank you so much.